Okay, so this grammar focus number 2 for unit 14, we are working with models for permission, obligation, and prohibition. So I have some others in here. So we have, for example, the models of possibility, which is what we just worked with on the first grammar. So the models of possibility, in this case, we have may, we have might, and we have could. So if I say I might study math or I may pass chemistry's exam, I'm just talking about, again, a possibility. There is a probability that this thing happens. It's not 100% sure, but the chance exists. So again, we have could. If I say, for example, he could be lost, or if I say, for example, he could be dead, I am not saying that this is like 100% sure again, but I am saying that this is a possibility. If I say they could be dead,
I think in these models are similar to will. But when we use may, might, and could, don't need to use will.
Yes, because they are for different things. We use will to talk about the future, about things that, let's say, that we are sure that are going to happen, basically. But then these ones we use it only for possibilities. So if I say might, may, or could, it's because I am not sure that this is going to happen. So we use this model to indicate possibility, to indicate that there is a probability for that. Then we have models of obligation. So of course, an obligation is something that you have to do, that you are obligated to do. Maybe it's a rule that you have to follow, or maybe it's the law. But the main verbs of obligations that we have are must, have to, and should. So see how we use must for something that you have to do, like that is an obligation. Again, remember that the past of have to and has to is had. So if I say I have to go to the supermarket, that's right now in the present, but if I want to say it in the past, I will be saying something like I had to go to the supermarket yesterday, using had. So we use must for personal obligations, and then we use have to for general obligations. This means, for example, and here we have this example, you must stop here. This is something that you have to do because it's like a personal obligation. If I give you a test, if I give you an exam, and you give me the exam empty, I can tell you, you must answer at least one question. This is something that you have to do on your test. But then if I say have to, again, this is a general obligation. So if you say you have to wear a seatbelt when you drive, this is something that everybody has to do. This is a rule. Like, you cannot drive without having your seatbelt. And then we also use should for obligation. So should, we use it, let's say, for suggestions sometimes, but this is a suggestion that is kind of an obligation, because if I tell you that you should do something, it's because I really think that this is something that you have to do, even though I'm giving you in the form of a suggestion. So if I tell you, you should call Mary, I know she misses you a lot, I am telling you, like, this is a suggestion, but this is something that I do think you are obligated to do. If we are going to use the past of should, we can say you shouldn't have smoked. That's something in the past. For example, if you smoked in the past and you tell me that you, for example, had a cigarette or whatever, I can tell you you shouldn't have smoked, maybe because that's bad for your health, or maybe because you can't smoke here. Then we have models of permission. So the models of permission, we are using can, and then we are using could and may. So again, this is, let's say, when you ask me for permission, you are asking me, like, in case that if there is any specific rule. So for example, if you ask me, can I go outside or can I go to the restroom? Like, of course you can, because you can do it with your body. Like, Like, you can do it because you are able to do it with your body, but maybe you cannot go out right now because we are in the middle of a lesson. Maybe you cannot ask a question right now because I am talking, and so on. And then if you use could and may, again, may I go to the restroom, may I borrow your book, may I use your notebook. These are could I go to the restroom. These are, again, asking for permission. And then if you want to give the permission, you can use can and may. So if I say, may I go to the bathroom, you can answer, yes, you may go to the bathroom. If I say, can I come in, you can say, yes, you can come in. So that's basically it. And then we have the models of prohibition. We have mustn't, we have shouldn't, we have can't, and so on. This is actually not a very hard topic. So this is the ones that we have on the book. We have for permission, we have can and are allowed to. When you are allowed to do something, it's because you can do it. So if I tell you you can swim here, you are allowed to park here, is because you can do it. Then we have obligation, we have to, and we also have got to. So you have to fasten your seatbelt, or you have to put on your seatbelt. That's an obligation. If I tell you you have got to take off your shoes, that's also an obligation. And then we have prohibition, which are the same that we have on permission, but in negative. So if I say prohibition,
I have an example about prohibition, teacher.
Prohibition, you can't turn left. That is something that you can't.
I have an example.
Julian, don't interrupt me, please, because I need to finish. What's up with you? I know you have an example, but you cannot interrupt me. You need to wait for me to finish.
Baby, excuse me.
Okay, so then we have prohibition. We have you can't turn left. This is something that you can't do because it's not allowed, like you are prohibited. And then we have pets aren't allowed in this area because it's a rule of the place or whatever, it's prohibited. So this is the ones that we have for permission, obligations, and prohibition. That's all we have for the grammar of today. So what's your example, Julian?
Okay, for permission, we can be in the street before 6 p.m. on weekdays. And for prohibition, we can't be in the street after 7 p.m.
Exactly.
On weekdays.
Exactly. So we can't be on the streets, or we aren't allowed on the streets after 7 p.m. on weekdays, and we can't be on the street after 5 p.m. on weekends, which is basically what we have. Very nice. So then let's go ahead and complete the exercise that we have on the grammar class, which are permission, again, obligation, and prohibition. In here, we are going to be using these, let's say, these phrases, these models for permission, obligation, and prohibition. And you are going to put them in here. You are going to complete the blank spaces with that information. So let me just go ahead and send you the screenshot on Telegram so you can complete it. And once you are done, you guys let me know in here.
Okay. Your friend needs to go somewhere else to fish.
Okay. And then we have Jose Angel. Do this one, please.
I think you're allowed to fish in the pond on the third road. Let's go there.
I think you're allowed to fish in the pond. Okay. Then we have Julian. The next one, please.
body home.
Does anybody have a different answer? You say you have
Yeah,
garbage.
I have a different.
Okay, Vanessa, what do you have?
It means bad news for you. It means you aren't allowed to bring dogs to the beach. We have to take bodies home.
Exactly, very good. We say it means you aren't allowed to bring dogs to the beach. That's why they have to take Body, which is their dog, home because they are not allowed to bring dogs to the beach. So let's go with Liliana.
Wait. Wait.
Okay.
Number 3, right?
Yes.
Please don't leave your garbage here. You have to put it in the trash room. In the trash room down the hall. That's one of the building rules.
Okay, good. And then we have Liz Marie. What do you have, Liz Marie?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Do number 4, please.
You can put your bike in the back room. Don't stay if you want. It's much safer than looking it outside.
Oh, that's great. I'll do that. I didn't know about the bike room. Okay, very good. Let me go ahead and review the answers. I'm gonna send it on Telegram later. So we have, oh no, that sign says no fishing. That means we can't fish here. You're right. We've got to, or we have to go somewhere else to fish. I think you are allowed to, or you can fish in the pond on Cedar Road. Let's go there. What does that sign mean? It means bad news for us. It means you aren't allowed to bring dogs to the beach. We'd better take Buddy home. Please don't leave your garbage here. You've got to, or you have to, put it in the trash room down the hall. That's one of the building's rules. I'm really sorry. You can put your bike in the bike room downstairs if you want. It's much safer than locking it up outside. Oh, that's great. I'll do that. I didn't know about the bike room. And that's